Talk Pod episode 2, previewing week 6, especially after a pretty good Thursday game. Raphael joined with Quill and Keyshawn here today. How are we doing this Friday night? I mean, the episode will be out Saturday morning, but how are we doing this Friday night, guys?
I'm doing good, man.
That answers your question right there.
That answers everybody's question.
Answers the question right there.
All right, so we had seen probably one of the most interesting Thursday night games between the Camp Scadaboo led New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. How do we feel about the game last night?
Well, you want to go over that one first, bro?
Uh, sure. Why not? It was surprising. I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was expecting Dart to. I was expecting Dart to have an okay game, being as though he was playing against an injured defense. I just wasn't expecting him to put up the numbers that he put up and basically beat that entire Eagles defense by 15 plus points. So it was definitely very surprising to see the Eagles lose the way that they did. If they did lose and it was a close game, then that may make more sense in my eyes because of the simple fact that, it's a division game and it's a Thursday night game. And most division games this year have been competitive. So it makes sense if they would lose. But because of what the Eagles have as far as talent wise and how healthy they are on offense, besides the O line, of course, you would expect them to win, and they didn't.
Yeah,
So
everybody thought that.
watching that entire game from front to back, well, from beginning to end, kind of tells you like, okay, I see what the problem is because it's not just the offensive line; it's far from the offensive line actually.
Nope, not at all.
So, but as we go into that, we'll get into that as we go on with that.
Mm. Yeah, no, the biggest one I did want to mention is Camp Scadaboo going 19 for 98 and 3 touchdowns, and then Jackson Dart only completed the ball to 5 separate receivers, and Wandale Robinson going 6 for 84 and a touchdown, very very big one. But on the defensive
Hmm.
side, uh, speaking on defenses, Adoree Jackson looked pretty good in coverage. I will not lie. I think we've seen a big jump from what we saw week 1 till now. I think Adoree Jackson has let the one. I'm not saying he's good because he's still not good. But we've seen a lot of an impact in that game.
You would could you would consider him serviceable. He was serviceable.
He was very sorry. He played
Serviceable, yeah.
he played very very good all around the edges. And then Dallas Goddard 9 for 10 and a touchdown. That touchdown was kind of weird though. I haven't seen something like that in
Mm.
a in a very very long time. But headline over the
Hmm.
hours, presented by nobody. Simply the headlines going across the hours. The first one I have is how long till Geno Smith get benched? How long till we see Geno Smith get taken out of rotation and Kenny Pickett comes in?
Depends on how long Pete Carroll decides to get out that stubborn moment and realize what you have clearly isn't working the way that you want it to. And then once he gets out of that habit of understanding that you need to change that QB and you have to change it, once he understands that and sees it for himself, they'll eventually change it. Either that or Pete Carroll will probably see it as, oh, well, we have a really bad offense overall. So it's a good reason why Gino's having a bad year and we're just going to have to thug it out until next year type shit. It can
Well,
go either way,
well,
in my opinion.
they do have Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett on roster if needed.
Yeah,
But
I
I
call
would
them
say
gloves.
all the pieces are there on offense. You have a deep threat in Trey Tucker, red zone threat in both Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers, and a serviceable ground game. So it's obvious that the flaws are on on Geno Smith, not Kenny Pickett. But Brees Hall recently was asked about his trade rumors, and he said, "I want to be a Jet." That's a lie. Nobody wants to be a Jet. I don't think anybody would. It's pretty bad there. Noticeable inactives. One has to be Chris Godwin, active this season for the first time, which is very interesting. Both Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall will be inactive this week. Chuba Hubbard has been ruled out, meaning we get a very, very, very nice Rico Dowdle revenge game against the Cowboys. And
Mhm.
Terrion Arnold and Brock Bowers both expected to miss this next week. And Antonio Gibson and Miles Sanders have been officially placed on IR. Uh, yeah, that's all I have. So heading into Sunday, we have our London game, Denver versus New York, the Jets, of course. Where do we feel that this game is going to start off on? Where are the key pieces we're going to take away to start the game?
So,
Uh, completion percentage. I mean, not percentage, completions, getting the ball downfield, effectively running the ball. Good head coaching on the Jet side and making sure that Justin Fields, doesn't make any easy mistakes. What we keep seeing him make week to week because they're still going up against a Broncos defense, and that Broncos defense is number one in sacks and top three in interceptions currently.
Always good. It's always a good offense.
Right, so you got to make sure that you're not making unnecessary mistakes that you shouldn't have to make. That's my take on it. I
Yeah.
think I think the Broncos got that one.
My thing is, I don't want to go see the cherry picked stat where Pat Sertan is allowing Garrett Wilson to like one target in 19 yards or whatever, where Justin Fields is throwing him the ball. Of course, he's gonna put some pretty bad stats on that one.
My takeaway from it, what I think that they need to do early is establish the run game. If Denver can go out here and establish this run game with J.K. Dobbins, I think they're gonna have a pretty good game. We know Bo Nix can air the ball out. We know him and Cortland Sutton's connection is A1 right now. I do want to see him target Evan Ingram a little bit more, but that's besides the case. If they can definitely, get the run game established, I think they're definitely gonna have a great game on Sunday for sure.
Oh, most likely for sure. Moving on though, Cleveland is taking on Pittsburgh. Now, this is the second start in the Dylan Gabriel era after Joe Flacco was traded earlier this week, the former Super Bowl MVP. Now, everybody, the whole world will be saying Shador Sanders this, Shador Sanders that, as he is quarterback two. Bailey Zappi hasn't been activated, so meaning, hey, if something happens to Dylan Gabriel, which is very possible, we could see Shador Sanders come in and play. But what do you feel about this matchup? Where are we dissecting this matchup to start off?
I think the Browns might actually win this game.
Didn't I say that?
He did
I
say
think the
Did I
that.
Browns
say
might
it?
actually win
He
this
did
game.
say that.
And,
He
and
did say
yo,
that.
it's just because I had to watch. I look back last week and seen what Dylan Gabriel did against the Vikings, and he didn't play horrible. He put up regular rookie. He did regular rookie. A lot of people criticize him, saying, "Oh, you're not supposed to make mistakes." It's like, bro, he's a rookie. Like you're only talking about him like this because of who his backup is, not understanding that his backup put himself in that position. Jalen Gabriel only got drafted because that's where he was meant to get drafted. That's the Browns were already looking at him. He was already on their draft board. He was on a couple teams draft board. But there was so much talent during the draft that right now QB ain't the move. You know what I'm saying? So, and the fact that everybody's criticizing Dylan Gabriel so much, and he's just doing his part as a regular, like I'm a rookie. I waited for my opportunity. I clearly did enough to be able to be a second string. Whatever they got going on ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just doing my part, and that's just what it is. But because Shador's so mad and he feels some type of way, and the Browns is doing this, that, and the third, they want to run with these narratives, and now you got everybody on the media talking shit, coming at Dylan. Oh, you should have made these mistakes. He's supposed to do better at it, bro. He's a rookie. Nobody said this about Dirt when he threw two interceptions and a fumble
Well,
against
people
the
were
Saints of
saying that.
all.
I mean, people were saying that, but not as
I mean,
much.
people not, but not to the level that they're doing it with Dylan Gabriel. You see what I'm
Not to the
saying?
level, yeah.
Or and they're not doing it. They're not doing it with him. They're not even doing it with Spencer Rattler. And Spencer Rattler, he's not a rookie, no, but he's a starter this year. He
I
didn't
mean,
start last year, and he's making regular mental mistakes this year with one of the worst teams in the league.
No, I
And
think
most of the games he lost because he made mental mistakes in the fourth quarter that caused them to lose that game.
I
You see what I'm
agree.
saying? So it's like I think Dylan Gabriel in a way he probably on that type of mode, that type of mental notion that he has something to prove. And I think that's what's going on
hmm
because they got some, they got
No,
a little offense going, they got
no,
something.
no, 100%. I will say that Brown's defense is going to be very hard to score on. Jalen Warren is listed as active in this game, but the thing is,
mhm.
they're playing against Aaron Rodgers. I mean, this perked up Rodgers too. I had seen all the all, I had seen all the narratives where everybody started off saying he left the Jets, he's washed. Well, Pittsburgh's 3-1 right now. He's averaging over 70% completion percentage, easily
Mm.
and around 200 yards per game. Um, DK Metcalf will be a very big target, and that's personally like my takeaway.
um, but that's crazy you said it because don't they have Rodgers rated as the 32? That's not 32. 32nd worst quarterback right now.
No,
PFF wise, yeah.
PFF
Yeah,
wise, yeah,
that's crazy. That's
PFF wise,
that's
But
right.
that's
crazy.
the only source they got though. PFS is the only source that makes him the worst. Every other statistical stat line, he's fine. I
He's
He's
don't.
fine, yeah.
he's middle
And
of the
that's
pack,
crazy they do.
Yeah, he's
That's
middle
fucking
of the
crazy
pack.
they
What?
do.
Yeah.
and
So
that's
I
why.
don't.
So I mean, we'll just have to see. But this one could go
Yeah.
either way
Well.
because Pittsburgh just knows how to beat Cleveland. But
Cleveland, yeah,
Dallas,
Yeah.
Dallas
And it's a
heading over.
division game. Division games are usually in. You never
they're
know.
going to be crazy. And like I did, the ones that I did bring up is they haven't beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh since 2003, Week 5, whenever Cleveland had Tim Couch. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild.
And I don't think it starts now. But Dallas is heading over to Carolina. Um, Dallas heading over to Carolina to take on the Panthers. This is a Rico Dowdle revenge game because, hey, look, they don't want to pay him, and now they have Javonte Williams, and Williams is playing very great. How do we
Mhm.
feel about this Cowboys Panthers matchup?
I'll let you take that one.
I feel like it's
Yeah,
going to be a
you
little
take
revenge
that
game
one.
for him. Just knowing that Dallas didn't pay him what he respected. Boom. I think he's going to go out there and have a great game. Uh,
So,
what I can say defensive wise, as you know, has been going over the last couple of weeks. Dallas' zone scheme. It's not really a fan of what Trayvon likes to run himself, which is a man guy, as you know they've been saying all along, and they've been running the zone scheme, and it's been killing them week in week out. It's not really something they're really used to, and they've been running man their past couple of years. So
Yeah,
that's really what I got to take away from it for real, bro.
yeah, no, and I don't think that Dallas will have a push at all at any point in this game. So I think Carolina will most likely take that one. But Seattle
Yep.
versus Jacksonville. You two both Seahawks fans. How do we feel about this Jaguars matchup?
Devin Witherspoon's doubtful.
Devin
Devin
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon is currently doubtful. Julian Love is currently doubtful, and Tyreek
Doubtful,
Woolen
yeah.
is currently doubtful. The only three players that are going to be healthy during that game is who we already have at the starting position, of course, and
Sam
we
Darnold.
have Derek Lawrence coming back. We have
Marcus Lawrence.
Nick Murray coming back. So we'll be lacking at corner. We'll lack at safety a little bit. It'll be the same thing like last year. I mean last week, except that we have a little bit better. We're a little bit better at line at the D line position as far as getting to the quarterback, which means we're gonna have to put a lot of pressure on. We're gonna have to put a lot of pressure on that front seven to not allow our secondary to get cooked. As far as us winning that game, we can win that game. I feel like it'll just be a defensive game in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that
Um,
or it's gonna be an offensive blowout. But it could be either or. As far as like me being a fan, I'm not gonna say who can win or could lose because it can go either way. But if we do what we're supposed to do, we get our necessary stops, we play situational football, and we make sure that we can get the ball rolling with the run game. I believe that we can win this game. If we make too many mental mistakes, if we're not locked in enough to be able to keep time of possession more than Jaguars offense, we're definitely gonna lose this game. Not by a lot. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout game.
Who
I just
knows?
think they'll probably have the edge
field
on us.
goal kind of got you. Yeah. And also add on to what you were saying. Derek Hall, he's going to be out. I don't know if you paid attention to that. So Julian Love doubtful, Devin Witherspoon doubtful, Tariq Woolen doubtful, Derek Hall out, and that's pretty what I got. That's pretty much what I got from it too.
Yeah, no, that's although that one I think Jacksonville might sneak away with that and jump to a quiet 5-1. LA taking on
Yeah.
Baltimore. Uh, I think the Rams win this because there's no Lamar, there's no offensive push. That secondary's bad. We don't really need to
Mm-hmm.
catch up on that one at all. Arizona's taking on Indy. Um, biggest thing, no.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler's questionable. I don't know if he's gonna play or not. It's been a lot of Jacoby Brissett taking the first team reps, meaning
Mm-hmm.
Brissett's most likely gonna play.
Play,
And
yeah.
Indy seems to have everything in rotation, so that could be a pretty easy Indy win. Right now in the
I
picture.
mean,
Oh,
if Indy plays, then I know. I mean, if Brissett plays, which most likely he will, like you said, I know that MGS is gonna have a game because he's gonna target. He's gonna target him. So
target him a lot.
hey,
I mean, that's who Brissett is going to the most is
yeah.
Marvin Harrison because I was watching the well, I mean, it's also practice highlights, so I don't know. But Chargers taking on Miami. It's the matchup between Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert.
Herbert.
This is that 1 p.m. game of the slot game. Where do we dissect this Dolphins Chargers matchup?
The Chargers lose that game. That's on them. That's them shooting themselves in the foot. You got too much, bro. You got too much talent to not win that game.
Too much time.
Granted, yes, you're injured, but you still have good play calling. You still have weapons on the receiving end. Okay, yes, you're missing your right tackle, your left tackle, but you can still be able to use that right game. You have a good coach, good play
Coach,
caller coach at that
great
offensively.
play call, coach.
And you're and not to mention, you're trying to you're not only trying to win games, but you're also trying to not be in a situation where you was last year. You make the playoffs, you make dumbass mistakes, and you put yourself in the same
Mm-hmm.
position you was in the year before that. So now you have to win these games, not just to prove that you're a good team, but to prove that you're a dangerous one. Okay, cool. We lose games from time to time. Happens. Lost to the Giants. The Giants isn't the worst team to lose to. If you had lost to the Saints, it would have been questionable. But the Giants isn't the worst team. I can live with the Giants. You losing with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? And how that game transpired, it was like, okay, I kind of y'all killed yourselves. Them flags killed y'all because y'all scored a couple of times. Y'all had chances to score and it killed y'all. So you fix those mental situational mistakes. You get the run game going, even though the run game might not be as effective as you want it to be, and
100%.
you get your receivers involved.
100%. 100%.
And your defense, well, allow them to do what they were already doing. And
Yeah.
you could win this game.
No, Tua Tagovailoa
Um,
was asked about this matchup, to where he responded, well, because he's playing, a rookie quarterback or a quarterback from the 2020 draft class. His response was, "Some of us are in different stages of our lives. Some are married, some are single, some are dating supermodels, and some are not." Very weird for him to bring that up. Anyways, New England taking on New Orleans. Not too much to touch up on this one. I think New England will very easily take this one. Uh, Big key will be Stephon Diggs on the receiving room. And then Tennessee versus Las Vegas. We talked a little bit about Geno Smith. Do we see a benching? Are we on Geno Smith bench watch? Or is it still
I'm
Kenny Pickett
hoping
time?
soon. I'm hoping soon, bro.
That's
He's
hating. That's some
played.
hating. That is a hating response.
Listen, bro. I don't want to be like a hater on Geno Smith, bro, but like he's been horrible to this point, bro. 9 interceptions in 5 weeks. Come on. I mean, what else can we, what else could you take away from that, bro? It's just like it's
It,
horrible quarterback play.
Oh
it's
my God.
It's
it's
horrible quarterback
it's
Bias.
play,
pretty
bro.
bad. I mean, if Pete Carroll would wake up and realize, look, I got a Super Bowl winning quarterback on my roster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think the one thing is people don't give credit to how good of a quarterback Kenny Pickett really is. I know he's not as bad as people think he is. He's not as good as some people think he is. But
I
I
think
think
his situation is
Terrible.
just a situation like it's just bad situation.
He's
it's
Bad
definitely
just
luck.
weird. It's
terrible.
just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
That will lead us into a very similar situation in San Francisco versus Tampa Bay, to where, all right, cool. Brock Purdy's inactive for the second straight week. Now you got Mac Jones, who's been 3-0 so far this year, coming in to play Tampa Bay. Now my biggest thing was, we like Purdy's the guy in San Francisco. Okay, no matter how good Mac Jones does, he can win the rest of the games this year. Purdy is still that guy. My thing is, I think Mac Jones plays good enough here to get a job somewhere else. That's just the
Oh
truth of
yeah.
it, and that's just the truth of it. He's not a bad quarterback. He was
I
a,
mean,
I mean, having Bill O'Brien and freaking Matt Patricia call plays for you, like, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen when you have Matt Patricia, Bill O'Brien, and Joe Judge call plays?
a lot.
A lot,
A
exactly,
lot happens.
Pat,
exactly.
And I
Matt
mean,
Patricia is the
it's
offensive
only
minded head
what?
coach.
It's only three teams that really need a quarterback. The Raiders, obviously, Saints, maybe. Depending on how comfortable they are with Big Dog.
Shao,
Hey, look, deal with
Tyler
that.
Shao. Okay, here's the other
That's
question
true.
with the Saints. How long do we think till we see Spencer Rattler get benched? Because Rattler hasn't looked bad. Do we think they put Shao in anytime soon, or is it?
Mm,
Oh,
No, I don't think so. Only on the aspect of like I said, he hasn't played horrible. I don't think he's turning. Is he turning the ball over? At a high rate
No,
or no? I
no.
haven't been looking at his. I haven't been looking at him
It's been low.
too
It's
much.
been very, very, very low. It
So
hasn't.
like, if he's not turning the ball over, I don't think they should bench him. That's the thing with the Saints. They kind of screwed up in their draft process drafting a quarterback. I don't think they needed necessarily to draft a quarterback, but I mean
They needed Shador
that was
Sanders.
kind of on. I mean,
nah, 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 nah. Don't
No,
ditch
that's a joke. That
Spencer
was a joke.
Rattler.
They did not need Shador Sanders.
I mean, before we seen Spencer Rattler do what he did, they did need him. They
They
did.
did,
We
but
we knew they needed him. But so I think you should give Spencer Rattler time. I think let him develop throughout the season. It's only his second year in the league. I think the reason why so many people don't have trust in him is because like how his college career went, and they wasn't expecting him to be like who he was.
it was
They was
weird.
mhm,
expecting. It's like they were expecting him to be trash. But the way that he's playing, even though he's losing games, it's not really just all him. And he's
he's
not
not
really
turning the
making
ball
that
over.
really he's not really making that really bad mistakes. Some of the mistakes are flags, play calling, bad defensive play. You know what I'm saying? Bad
or
offensive
just a
line
drop,
play.
or just straight up a drop.
Yeah, drop passes. So it's not everything his fault. It's kind of like a team thing more than it is
It,
just a
it
him thing.
is more of a team thing,
And Kelly, yeah,
and they're not gonna put the blame on Rattler for the team being 1-4. Like, nothing at
yeah.
all with that one. Um, Cincinnati versus Green Bay though. Joe Flacco getting another start against the Green Bay Packers this year. Last time he played the Packers in Week 3, it was a 13-10 win. Do we think he might be the first quarterback in NFL history to play the same
Mhm.
team, beat the same team on a separate team? He might be the first quarterback in NFL history to do that.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask both of y'all this. Give me a stat line for Joe Flacco in this game. Give me a stat line.
He's
Give me a
crazy.
stat line.
I think I think 13 out of 20 for 150, a touchdown and 2 interceptions, but the team scores like 20 points.
I
And do you
think,
think they win?
No, I don't think they
You don't think
win.
they win? Got
man,
you. All right,
listen,
got you.
maybe this is a hot take. This is my first hot take in life. I think this man's gonna go for at least, I don't know, like 20 for 35.
20 for
Because they
35.
gonna pass the ball heavy. They're not gonna run that ball like that. They gonna pass heavy. They don't trust Chase Brown like that. Offensive line too trash for that. So
Chase
20
Brown
for
is not trash.
35, 15 miscompletions, Uh like 230, two tutties, and an interception, maybe a fumble, and like 4 sacks. Because
Okay,
their offensive line ain't shit. So I already know.
I'll
But I
be
got them
honest.
winning that game.
How long do we think till he tear? How long does he have till he tears his ACL? That's the bigger question. Till he
I give
tears,
him
how
three.
long does he have till he tear? And I'm being serious with that one because it's like that O line. I mean, granted, I said this last week. Like the talent on the offensive line isn't bad. It's just weirdly put together. I don't know what they're doing. How long till he like? Because it's something is in the water they're drinking towards they're just not blocking it. I don't know what the situation is with that one. You have
Eh,
Jamar Chase. I mean, we had known earlier in the year, or like earlier this last week, where they were saying, yeah, we're about to get. They were so close to get a deal with Jameis Winston, and then the Giants raised the price. They were looking at Sam Howell and a couple other quarterbacks. Weren't able to get a deal done. As a last chance, Joe Flacco isn't a bad one, but at the same time, we're like, that O line is that bad.
could be. It could be a coaching thing.
Oh
Nobody
yeah,
thinks
hundred
about that.
percent. I mean
Yeah.
the talent they have on the line is good. It's just weirdly put together. I don't know what they're
Let me
doing.
just say this: the Bengals are a poverty franchise. I'm sorry, bro. They're just a poverty franchise.
I
Like,
mean,
you not
they.
see the way their owner takes care of their players. Like, their owner doesn't really take care of their players. I mean,
I
he pays
mean,
them what they're worth. I mean, on the offensive side, but on the
about
defensive side, does
this.
he take care of them? No. Why is Trey Hendrickson still struggling to get a contract? Even though he got his pay raise, why was he struggling to get a contract? There should have been no reason why. He should be like one of the highest paid defensive ends right now. Why isn't he? Should be no. I mean, there's what's going on.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
It's cap space. I
Back to
can tell you
back.
that. I can break that down easy. That's cap space, bro. They gave $230 million. You only got but so much amount of money in your cap that you
Mm-hmm.
can spend. And the Bengals don't got a big market, so they're not accumulating. If you like, you gotta think about it. You don't have a big market, and you're not really a consistent playoff team. So you're
Yeah,
not really
this is a
accumulating a lot of money, and the only thing that's drawing money is your quarterback,
quarterback.
your
Mm-hmm.
bullshit that you put, the bullshit that you do throughout the offseason, and your two receivers that you pay 230 million to. And one of those receivers is arguably the number one receiver in the league. The quarterback is arguably a top three quarterback in this league based on how people want to see it. But those two positions alone, those two players alone, is what's bringing in most of your revenue. And now one of those revenue players are hurt, so that now you just took a big hit. So your cap space, you're not drawing in a lot of money. You're not making a lot. And a lot of people keep not understanding that cap space plays a big part into signing your players, especially your star players. You see what I'm saying? That's why I keep trying to have. I'm tired of having these debates with people about the Eagles and trading AJ Brown. If you trade AJ Brown, you have to pay $90 million in dead cap. If you pay 90 million in dead cap, that means you're going. They already have $20 million in cap space right now. That money's gonna go so low. And not to mention you have to pay players over time. You are gonna need that money later. So it's either you trade it and you pay that $90 million cap space. I mean that $90 million in dead cap, and now you're broke and you have to wait
Mm-hmm.
3, 4 years to make more money by releasing players that you need, or you thug it out, you find a trade partner that's willing to pay half of it, if not all of it, if he's worth it, which in my opinion
He
he
is.
probably is.
He is.
You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? and then you make it work. So, and it was the same thing with Hendrickson. They paid these people $230 million on top of the fact that you just paid Joe Burrow the
275.
year before. How much was it? 275.
A
Two
lot
seventy
of
five.
money.
Bro,
Mm-hmm. Two
that's
seventy
like
five.
that's $38 million a year. You just paid this man thirty million
No, that
dollars
was
a
50.
year.
No, that was 55. I think $55 million a year.
Oh
Joe
right,
Burrow,
my
yeah,
money, my math is off. It is 50. Yup,
yeah,
you right. You damn
55.
right. That's even worse. So that means the cap hit every year is going to be 55, 54, 53, 52, and 50 for the next 5 years of his career. On top of the fact that you just paid two receivers between 30 and 40 mil a year.
Yeah, Jamar Chase got 41, or yeah, he got 41, and then
Bro,
T. Higgins got around 28.
that's damn near $450 million between three people. And one of those receivers ain't even worth it being 30.
You want to
Jamar
talk
Chase,
about one that's even worse is, I mean, I know people aren't discussing this boat yet, but Deshaun Watson is very close to being activated off IR.
I did see that. I
That
did see
is
that, bro.
like $40 million in dead cap if he doesn't play. So how long do we even think Dylan Gabriel has? So yeah, since he's in a bad spot, uh, Philadelphia could be in a bad spot. Although AJ Brown is, he goes through ups and downs. Philly does this every year, but Cleveland, no matter what, is gonna be in a bad spot. So
yeah, it's Cleveland when they're not in a bad spot. I mean, at least the owner took accountability for paying a rapist $230 million a year.
thing
Whoop.
is like
Oh,
we're
so
Allegedly, allegedly,
allegedly,
allegedly,
yeah,
obviously,
I'm about to say
allegedly.
yeah. I'm about to say yeah because I don't want to
allegedly.
say he is either because there has been some stories about these, But
I mean, when you're
um,
settling, you gotta think about it. When you're settling 200, damn near 100 mil, somebody did something wrong. Either somebody
I
lied or
mean yeah, but another thing people didn't pay attention to was that there was Deshaun Watson was upset and about him not getting the money he was supposed to get, and then
Mhm.
supposedly him requesting trade. So how come after he requests trade, all of a sudden,
All of a sudden,
oh,
exactly,
30,
exactly.
30 million people come? You mean not
Well,
30 million people,
it was
but
20. It was 20.
30, 20? You mean people come out and say, "Oh yeah, he did." Come on, bro. That don't seem fishy to you?
What's
I
most
mean,
what was like really
yeah.
most interesting about the whole situation was it all came out at once. Like everything happened at once, all at once. I'm not gonna sit here say he is because like they settled. Like there was a settlement where you're like, all right, this got to stop. Um, I feel like over like the course we will know. But on a different note, Sunday night we got Detroit taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, I don't see any firepower in Kansas City on offense. Detroit's defense is very, very, very good. The
Very
Hmm.
offense is
good.
always good. I mean, no matter what, the offense is good. What do we like? What do we like out of this matchup?
Offensively,
Uh,
what I can say is, I do like Jared Goff. I think he's gonna have a great game against Kansas City. I'm calling for Jameson Williams to have a great game. I'm calling for him to go for a buck and like a touchdown or two, maybe like 8 or 7 receptions. That's my stat line for him.
Nice.
Jared Goff, maybe I can go
Fine.
21 25, like
Maybe.
230, and maybe 3 touchdowns.
That's
who's
interesting.
home?
Kansas City is at
Um,
home.
yeah,
The
I think it'll be a close game.
it'll be closer than people will think it
It'll
is.
be a close game.
because if we remember, 2018, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes,
That was in
when he
Yeah,
was
Mexico.
playing
but
for the
this
Rams.
this this ain't that type of game. This one of them games
No,
where
no,
That
this
was
ain't the
in
type of game,
Mexico.
but
That game was in Mexico though, so it's like it's a little different.
we
Um,
talking about
that
that
Monday
in
night
shootout,
Mexico.
shootout. That Monday
yep,
night
that
shootout.
shootout.
Oh, I thought that was in Los Angeles. I thought that was home
That
at
was
oh
in
wow, okay.
Mexico. I think it was at least I think. I don't know. I have to double check. My biggest thing is with this one is whoever controls the ball wins the game because
Mhm.
Kansas City can control the ball for way too long, make the game way too
Well,
boring,
yep,
and then Detroit can do the total opposite. They won't control the ball and they'll just score.
score, yep,
And
yes.
that's the biggest one. But we got a Monday night doubleheader. I think it'd be the last till like week 13. I think. But Buffalo at Atlanta. Um,
Being as though Buffalo just lost, they're due for a win, so they'll probably.
they're due
Yeah,
I
for a
they're
think it'll
win.
probably
be
gonna
close.
stick with this one.
But Atlanta's fresh off a bye. That's the biggest one. Everybody's healthy too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Everybody's active. Everybody's healthy.
Hmm.
I
So it's
think it'll
fresh
be a
off a
close
bye.
one, but I think Buffalo might come on top on that one.
Yeah, no, but it's an Atlanta home game. Michael Penix coming fresh off a bye and
Hmm.
a
Mhm.
win to go into the bye week as well. So I think it'll be a lot closer. And the final game of the week, the rematch of last year's incredible like Hail Mary finish.
Thriller.
Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders. Almost said Redskins. Between the Washington Commanders. What do we like out of this matchup?
This one's a
I
little
think
tricky because this isn't like last year.
Not at all.
I think he's gonna
This
have
isn't like last year.
I think Caleb Williams might have a little revenge game.
A little,
I think it
bit
might have.
more
I think I
A little
might.
bit.
I think yeah. I think he's gonna have a little
fresh.
revenge game
Fresh off
because
a
that
fresh
Hail
off a
Mary
bye.
kind of
I
he
don't
looked
I
kind of
don't
pissed.
I don't know if I would necessarily call it a revenge game, but I think he'll like like Sean said, I think he'll have a better game than what he did last. I mean, he didn't have the worst game last time, but I think he'll be better just because he looks like he's progressing.
Oh no,
I think a lot of people he
he
looks
looks
way
great.
better than what he did last. Yeah,
He
way
looks
better than what he
great,
did
and
last
not
year.
even that.
Hmm.
Last year he looked really good. That's the other deal.
He did.
How do you even look better than that? I I know
I
people
think
who
it's
are,
only
oh I was say I know people who are Bears fans and they're like, yeah, we're 0 like this is back when they're 0 2. Like I know we're 0 2, but the way Caleb Williams looks, it's worth being 0 2. And I'm like,
hmm
I will say that although the team he is 14th in passing, the team is 18th in total yards and 11th in the league in total points. Washington, on the other hand, it's low key an opposite, being nowhere near that. 13th in total yards per game, first in rushing though, and eighth in total points per game. Now, my biggest thing is whoever controls the ball wins. That is that simple.
yeah.
If Chicago controls the ball, Chicago obviously will get this win. If Washington controls the ball, they get this win. But that's what we have for
I
the
agree.
week 6 preview. What are we looking forward to this week? What are the headlines? What are the statistic headlines that we're looking forward to this week?
I'm expecting the running back from Washington to have another breakout game.
Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt,
Yes, sir, because he
JCM
did his
Bill.
thing last week.
Bill, he
Uh,
against the Chargers too. Look very very good.
and
I'm calling out
I'm ex-
for George Pickens to have a big game. I'm calling out for him to have a big game.
I meant to say something about that earlier. I think the Cowboys actually might win this game.
No,
Granted, Dotto might go off, but I think Dak. I don't know, man. I think
he,
this is just me being a non-doubt Cowboys hater because Ralph hates him. He hates him, but I
oh, you
think
don't
out
like the
here
Cowboys, bro?
he hates him
I'm a
with everything
Commanders.
he
I'm a
got.
Redskins fan.
Oh,
I like
Yeah,
okay. Okay. Got you.
bro. Everybody, I mean, America hates the Cowboys at this point. It's like it's not me. It's
I don't know,
America.
man. I think they had the Eagles worse than they hit the goddamn Cowboys at this point. Because
I'm
the way
definitely
social media
calling
was going after
for.
that loss was crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely calling for Dak to have a great year this year.
Come back.
A
I'm
healthy
comeback
deck
player
is
of the
always a good
year.
deck. Healthy deck is always a good deck.
Healthy
Everybody
Can
Dak
knows
is
I
that.
always a good deck.
say I will say this? Dark horse MVP for me. Dark horse MVP. Dak.
Dark horse off.
Hey,
Mm.
I don't just hey, I don't know why. Bro, dark horse MVP for me, bro. I'm just
I
gonna say
mean,
that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that.
a healthy deck is a good deck. I'm not gonna act like it's not.
It's a
It
good deck.
is.
It
I'm just
is.
I
gonna say
wouldn't
go ahead
be
and say dark horse MVP for me. I
winning
don't know about you
MVP.
guys.
Nah, I don't think he'll win MVP.
Yeah, that's for George Pickens.
Comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year. Probably yeah, for sure. But MVP, nah, not the way Mac Jones playing right. I mean Mac Jones, not the way um, what's his name playing right now? What's his name?
Stafford. No, not Stafford.
No, um, go yeah Stafford.
Stafford is leading league
Yeah,
in passing. It's not even close as well. He's
yeah.
ahead of Dak too, and
But
Dak
Josh Allen is playing.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen's like thing is like Josh Allen's always gonna play good. Mahomes always gonna play good. Lamar's always gonna play good. So like we know
Yeah.
that's the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Just one of them
But then now
happens to be
you got Sam Darnold, you got Daniel Jones, and you got the Bucks. You beat
Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
Baker Mayfield. Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield. Yeah, no, I think I think the biggest thing with Baker Mayfield right now is going to be what he does in the playoffs, because it's been 2 disappointing playoffs back to
But
back. 1 and
if
2 in the
I'm
playoffs.
not being mistaken right now,
It's
the
not.
only reason why I'm saying they are he might win MVP is because right now it's saying, if I'm not mistaken, Dallas has the #1 offense right now. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
they also had the #1 offense back in 2018, where Dak threw 5,000 passing yards, and they lost in the divisional round in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
it's
mean, look what
always
they
been.
got. They always Dak is listen. Dak the that problem was never all the regular season. It was always his
Like
playoff
they're on an
performances.
average of 400
Always
and
playoff.
It's always
four
playoffs,
hundred
and
and 6.6 yards per game.
it's always. But it was like that. Like there's never a question with Dak in the regular season. It's always gonna get to the playoffs. It's gonna be like that for Baker Mayfield as well.
Yeah.
That conversation is gonna open up in the next 2 years because Baker Mayfield. I mean, no matter how well he plays in the regular season, he can't put it together in the playoffs. And it's been back to back years so far, and it's gonna start becoming a problem very soon.
Yeah. Even when he had the Browns, when he was with the Browns, and he
Even
actually
with
had
the
that good
Browns.
year where he made it. They,
No,
I think, was it the Steelers they lost to that year?
this no, they beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
They beat the
Yeah,
Steelers. Oh yeah, yeah.
because
They
Zeke
lost to
had
the
that
Chiefs
nice run.
on a few bad calls. That's mainly what happened over there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
That's very
that's
true.
mainly what happened. Anyways, anything else you guys gotta say so far for this?
Uh, no, that was pretty
Um,
much it. That was definitely pretty
That was
much
pretty
it.
much it. All right, well, that'll wrap it up for I guess episode 2. We're just previewing week 6. Breakdown might come Monday night or Tuesday night, depending how this week goes. But other than that, Raphael signing out. We got Quill, joined us after a nice little nap that he had. Man, we were like, we were recording the other episode and it was like going pretty well. We're getting some key points off, and then you joined in. We're kind of like, yeah, we'll just restart and do it, but you know, we got to keep
yeah,
the
you
ball
know,
rolling, keep going. And Keyshawn always very insightful with his words. Um, and anyways,
always
other
on
than that,
point.
always. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for this episode. Everybody have a nice weekend and